is the On Call Podcast, your home for sports, news, pop culture, tech, and the obscure. And of course, your host, Michael Meyer.
And hello, everybody. This is your host, Michael Meyer. I am here to have a good time. Not here for a long time because everyone's days are numbered one way or another. We had a pretty somber episode, one that I didn't intend to go that way, but probably a message that needed to be discussed. And I'm here again with my cop buddy, Mark. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really good.
Excellent. So, as you can see, Mr. Cop Friend, we're locked and loaded on this episode, right?
Got it ready to go, huh?
That's right. We were going to have a good 50-minute episode, but, we took a turn, and I didn't feel like the things we talked about last episode did not belong with this episode.
Yeah.
This is a lot more fun.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I feel like with these podcasts, I like to, talk about whatever comes up. And if that leads into another topic, I don't know. I apologize if that's not what
Oh, no. I'm with you. Typically it would, but those are they're so different. I didn't want to do it. So
yeah.
As a cop, you've arrested criminals.
All the time.
Have you ever arrested a really good looking criminal?
Not really. Usually we deal with a lot of drugs out there. So that has an effect on somebody's appearance.
Okay.
But
not a whole lot of sexy criminals out there in your district. Well, this episode is meant to be a little funner, more fun, however you want to describe it.
Okay.
We are recording for the YouTube. This is the hottest female murderers committed and the most deadly crimes. Let's have some fun.
Is that on a rating scale or?
Well, hotness is really subjective.
Okay, so we're gonna have our own rating scale.
Yeah, you might not agree with all of the people.
Okay.
And that's okay. I have a couple of different printouts, but obviously I'm not going to show the camera.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of them. And a couple I didn't know about that turns out, yeah, these girls are good looking. Now,
So would that fall under a moral responsibility? Or
No, we're not looking at all moral. We're looking purely carnal.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because if you're a good-looking criminal, you're only looking to say, "Oh yeah, I would nail her." Yeah.
So along the lines of that, there has been it wasn't a scientifically proven test or anything like that, but there was a group of I think it was 50, and they split it up into teams of 25.
Okay.
And they gave them a scenario to where they were like, this person.
Turn that mic. Maybe you gotta talk into the bulb a little bit more.
Turn it this way.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Oh shit. Yep.
So I just gotta talk a little bit.
You gotta
louder?
talk right into it.
So,
Act like you like it. Act like you wanna fuck it like a dirty criminal.
Yeah. So they took two groups of 25 and gave them a scenario and said, okay, so this person did this crime. What do you think the punishment is? What do you think the punishment should be?
Oh.
So
a true rating system based purely on looks and
correct,
okay.
Correct. So they gave them two pictures. They gave the first group one picture was a average looking person, not, and their whole that was all scientifically proven as like who's average looking, who's good looking, that sort of thing. So they gave them average looking person, like with messed up hair, hasn't shaved in a couple days, that sort of thing, and then a good looking person, someone you would see like as a model or something like that.
All right, I got you.
It was proven that the people that were the better looking of the two got a less sentence than the people who weren't as good looking. So they got a harsher sentence just because they looked uglier, apparently.
I would like to disagree with that, but I've seen enough mugshots to know ugly people look guilty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what a sad fucking fact that is.
But I forget where it was at. It was on.
It was a popular website. I know did a study with it along with it was up there with Stanford. Like it was a true study.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the hotter you are, the
better the sentence you get, or
the sentence. Yeah.
We're gonna let him out with time served and some community service.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that one dude, he blew up social media like 4 or 5 years ago. He had like the prettiest blue eyes ever.
Mm-hmm.
He was mixed. So he was like black and white.
Yeah, yeah. People were going nuts.
Yeah, I was like, I'll pay his bail.
Why are you taking him to jail? Yeah.
Let him go. He can come stay with me.
Yeah.
House arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like that.
Yeah.
Now, let me get me and you are two red-blooded American boys. We'll go with hottest women ever accused of murder. Let's not go number one. We'll start from the bottom and work our way up. Let me fold these papers back. You guys, you can see it on the camera here. This damn GoPro's got way too much. We're going to start with number 8.
Okay.
I can't even pronounce her name. Estebaliz Carranza. What did it? Is her list on there? What she did?
No. Oh, yes. Yeah, it is here. You want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me get that.
All right. Carranza, 32, attacked her husband and lover with a chainsaw. Jeez.
Holy shit.
Before burying the bodies in her cafe alongside tubs of ice cream. Oh, this was the one she owned the ice cream shop.
Oh.
She owned an ice cream shop and used all the kitchen whatever. Allegedly, she turned her ice cream making machine in the cellar of her cafe in Vienna, Austria, to drown out the noise. So she used her machines to, kind of
churn them up, and keep everything cold.
Yeah.
Now you should also have number 8 on there, right? Or is that number 8?
That is number 8.
So number 6 would be Molly Jane Rowe.
Well, at number 7 here
is Michelle Linehan.
Yes.
Sorry. Is that her? Was that the ice cream scoop girl?
No, that was Carranza, which she kind of looks like a bug.
Bug?
Yeah, her nose is
oh, wait. I think that's the girl that I saw. I was like, oh, man, she is hot. Oh, no, you're right. She's not that good looking. But, really hot women don't need to commit crimes because usually they can just find some dude to fund their...
That's what I'm surprised they haven't hired somebody to do all this stuff.
Right. I've seen so many murder for hires from really not attractive women to kill their husbands. It's like, I'll give you $2,500.
Yeah. So get this. What is her name? The number 7?
Number 7?
Yeah, it just has...
She was Michelle Linehan.
All right, so it just has... She was a 23-year-old dancer at the Great Alaskan Bush Company.
Oh, okay. So she's already... the Great Alaskan Bush Company, I feel like that's very Alaskan. So I'm thinking she's probably from an area that has not great women to begin with. So she's already above the 8 ball.
Well, you'd be surprised. She actually isn't too bad. But she was living there with her then fiance, Ken Lepnick, and who was found slain in a wooded area near Hope in 1996. She left Alaska, moved to Washington, married, and started a family when she was indicted for conspiracy to kill Lepnick in 2006. So that was, 10 years.
Good
10
for her.
years before they even saw anything.
What's she look like? Let me see her picture.
She's not too bad. Cut off her forehead, but
Oh, she had good hair. She got that Farrah hair.
yeah.
And she's 23. All right, she's already too young for me. Younger.
What are all these middle to late 20s?
You know what? That's when they find schizophrenia. So,
Yeah.
like we talked in the last episode, that's when shit starts to go wrong.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, you had the name. Well, Molly Jane Rowe. You had her crime on there.
That was yours.
You know what? Number 6 was Molly Jane Rowe.
Yeah.
She was in the news all over.
Which one was that?
She's number 6. Because I decided to go backwards.
Okay.
It all fucked up. So, I know she was popular during our times in high school. That's all I know. And I don't want to load up a Google page and fuck up the video feed. Molly Jane Rowe.
I'll put it in.
I'll throw it on here. I already got it because I already have an open page ready to go.
Look at you.
Molly Jane Rowe. Oh, she didn't even look good in her. Oh, you know what? We did talk about her. We talked about her before the show. She did the fucking brutal shit. Molly Jane Rowe, her photos are not great. Okay. She was the young Tennessean woman who raped her boyfriend's 17-month-old child. Jeez. You know, we don't even need to talk about it. That's so fucked up.
Don't give her the credit she deserves.
That is so fucking crazy. 17-month-old kid. God bless you. You're just fucking sick.
Yeah.
At that point, I have to feel like there were clinical signs before that to say, oh this girl's fucked in the head. Because no one that thinks it's okay to murder, and I think it said she raped too. Yeah, like how do you rape a 17-month-old? You don't even have parts. It's just it's an appendage. Like it's what you piss out of and shit out of. Like you don't.
Yeah.
Molly Jane Rowe, you're fucking disgusting. It's hard to even put into words. You know, I thought this would be a more fun thing to talk about.
Was she convicted or has she been sentenced?
Let's hear. She beat the shit out of the kid so bad, she's actually being held without bond. So
she's still alive.
She's still alive. She's in prison awaiting sentencing and trial.
That's what I don't understand is that it takes so long for these murders to come to light. I don't know. I don't think it should last that long.
Amber Hillerling is number 5. Oh, almost lost my order here. I have hers. Amber Hillerling, hers is a little bit better. It's not even first-degree murder. Second-degree murder for pushing her husband out of their apartment at the University Club Tower in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, sadly, he fell a ways. He was out of the 25th floor window at the roof. Fortunately for him, I guess, he landed on the 17th floor building for the car parking.
Oh, so he
only had to fall fucking like eight floors.
Yeah.
There was a chance he could have lived that. How many people have jumped off our local Skyway Bridge?
Yeah. See, that I feel like is depressing though. Like if you're gonna go off the bridge and you live, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. Like
usually if you jump off the Skyway and you live, you like break your fucking feet and
you break everything.
Yeah, deal with this fucking deal with rehab now, and then we can charge you with something. Do you guys? No, as a cop.
Nope.
No, there's no crime.
No victim, no crime.
Where I'm from, they charge you with attempted suicide, and you have to pay like a hefty fine.
That is a classification, but it's not a charge. I can't charge somebody with trying to kill themselves.
How much would that suck?
That would suck.
You're gonna get hit with a fine from the cops. You're gonna get hit with a huge ass hospital bill if you weren't depressed before.
With that, like with the guy that we talked about before, that came at me with the knife. There is suicide by cop that people try to do,
right?
And then I can charge you with
attempted murder.
No, it would just be what did we charge him with? It was aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Okay.
So
that works.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's
so and this is I guess same guy that I told you that he molested and raped those two 12-year-olds. So yeah, he's definitely going to be given some time.
I hope.
So who's next?
I hope he gets a little bit of the Dahmer treatment.
Yeah.
Now, because based on our location, this is one of the best cases that we would ever go through. Number 4. So
are we glorifying it or what?
No, just because it's local.
Oh.
Casey Anthony.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's not bad. She wasn't... I feel like,
I don't know, she looks pretty good in that little boudoir photo.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at is her pictures. Like, I think that, like, during the trial, they tried to make her look more like,
They bland it. They made her bland.
Yeah. So that people wouldn't base like off of what we did about the ugliness and the
what
to get her sentence stiffer.
Nancy Grace called tot mom. Tot mom.
I wouldn't use stiffer and
not in this term.
Yeah, right.
She was like 21 or 22, I think, if that. But that's when she duct taped poor little Casey Anthony. Oh, Kaylee. That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, the daughter's name was Kaylee.
Little Kaylee Anthony. This is, man, what year do you remember this taking place? I saw this date and it really reminded me that I'm getting old.
I don't know, was middle school, high school?
2008.
Yeah.
Fuck, time flies, man.
Yeah, we were in high school.
They did find her. Now, I've listened to so many documentaries. And then I have found the incompetence of certain police agencies where they looked up her internet history, but only on like the regular, like Google history. Mm-hmm. But then they didn't look up her Firefox history.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then yeah, there's documentaries on that that it shows where they patrolled the area where they lived and everything like that, and found out that the body was less than like 500 feet away from the house.
Yeah, she was right there in that wooded area next to her parents' house.
Yeah, but yet the cadaver dogs and all that other stuff, they didn't pick up on any of that, or
yeah, they should have used the Northport cadaver dogs. Man, those fuckers are aggressive. They'll get anything.
Oh yeah.
So I've heard. Do you believe all blue lives are phenomenal?
What do you mean?
So Northport, I've had pretty decent luck with Northport PD. Mm-hmm. But I'm also just like a white dude. So I can't even speak definitively or have a true understanding of anything. Mm-hmm. They have so many active investigations from their canines abusing mentally ill people. Yes, I actually, and that was so. Quit fucking with your hat, bro.
Sorry,
you hear that popping all the time.
So the Northport PD, they had a huge internal investigations, and they fired like a good 12 to 13 people just based off of those incidences. So obviously with that, I mean, the state comes in, FDLE, Florida Department of Law Enforcement comes in, they do their investigation, and they did find, it was founded. So they took care of it, and so I feel like Northport PD, they have done the right thing about it, about holding these people accountable.
Okay.
But there are agencies out there that they don't, because it's something that they don't get the information out to the public, or they don't get internal affairs. They don't have an internal affairs to do.
Oh, they don't now.
Some of your smaller agencies and stuff like that.
Is internal affairs even in like city? Because like whenever I hear of IA, I always just think county, and I don't know why. So every agency should have some sort of
every agency
IA.
has some sort of IA. They have either, or they can request an outside agency to come in and do an investigation.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like a checks and balances type system.
That's fair.
So,
I mean, they should. There should always be someone governing you.
And Northport did that. I will give them credit for that, because like growing up, I even always thought, Northport, they're freaking assholes, man. Like, don't get pulled over in Northport, because you're definitely going to get taken out of your car.
I'm definitely double checking my speedometer just to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like they have really stepped up their game, and I mean, they're one of the better agencies around here now. Just because
and they pay well.
Their hiring process and everything like that. Yeah. Yeah, they actually pay really well.
When they offered to pay for my Charlotte County offered to pay for my police academy training.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, you guys don't pay nothing compared to Northport.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think they have the same county benefits and everything like that. So like Charlotte County has just phenomenal free clinic visits, shit like that. So as someone who has to pay like $600 a month for my insurance for my kid, it's only going up because old Jax is going to be born in November. I save a lot of money by being a cop. I wouldn't have a paycheck. I made way more money than a cop does, but man, medical is nothing to fuck around with.
Oh yeah. And that's honestly one of the reasons why I am doing what I'm doing, because of the benefits. That, and, I mean, obviously I don't do it because of the pay,
Right, but you're also not the typical cop.
Yeah.
I know about 4 cops.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of the most kind-hearted of all cops I know. So I know right out the bat, you're not trying to fuck someone's day up.
Yeah.
You're just like, hey man, you were doing this. So when you probably deal with someone's like, I wasn't doing that, and fuck you, it's like, hey man, I'm not trying to ruin my day with paperwork. I'm just trying to say that, hey, you were doing this and I have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's the other cops out there that are just like, fuck you, because fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and that's that's what sucks. That's one of those bad apples.
That's what sucks
for everybody else. But
everyone out there with the Blue Lives Matter stuff, some of them are doing it just because of their Republican nature. You are someone I would hang a Blue Lives Matter flag up for.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you're a good person.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
There's not all Blue Lives Matter sort of thing. Like,
yeah,
you can't put cops on a pedestal just because they carry a gun.
Yeah,
you are a good person, so you are worthy of the cause.
Yeah,
most of the cops I know aren't.
Yeah.
Moving on, we went from number 4, number 3, Megan Martson. She's fucking smoking hot.
Let me see.
So, she did a pretty brutal crime there. Megan Martson, at the time of arrest, was 19 years old, charged with beating and causing blunt force trauma to a toddler. Well, she didn't do the greatest things, but man, she's a good-looking...
Yeah. A lot of those, too. I know Fort Myers had a case like that where they took somebody to jail because... Or they actually... Yeah, they did arrest them after an investigation for... what was it? The father of the child, was getting aggravated, and the baby's crying all the time.
Oh,
and
shaking
like
baby
that.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, he was arrested for that as well.
have you ever had dealt with anyone that had like shaken baby syndrome
No,
stuff?
no, thank God I haven't had it yet. But I mean, I anything that has to do with a kid.
Is that
and
your wife
death.
right there calling you right now?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let me sit real quick. Excuse me, this is Michael Meyer, the host of the On Call podcast. I'm live with JC right now, who's talking on the phone with me, and I'm talking with Mark right now. We're going through the hottest killers ever. So what's going on, JC?
You're joking, right?
No, it's live right now. It's recording. We are 26 minutes and 7 seconds in. What's going on, girly?
Just got off work.
Hey. I was actually I saw your phone, his phone lit up while I was talking to him, and I didn't want to get him in trouble because we're almost done if you want him home, because there's only 2 killers left that I want to discuss with him and the stuff going on with him.
All right. Well, I will let you guys go. You have fun.
And I'm just so you know, I'm drinking an old fashioned.
Are you? I tried one at Melting Pot, and it was interesting. I had never had one before.
If you ever order another one, just make sure that you order a sweet old fashioned, so that way they use simple syrup rather than a sugar cube, because it blends better.
Yeah, I will next time.
Oh, she got scared. She called. She ended.
Did she?
She did. She ended. I heard it. I heard someone did it click. That's okay. We're getting there.
Yeah,
I hope you don't get beat up.
No, she's not like that. She's not going to be on one of these lists. So
I mean, I hope you have the wherewithal to carry your own shit. Oh, shit. You know what? That's all right. Number 2 on the list, Jodi Arias.
This is the one you were infatuated with, right?
Right, because I was last podcast on the left actually just did a 3-part series on Jodi Arias. Now this happened in Utah. Jodi Arias, she's a fucking sociopath.
Yeah.
She had dealt with some abuse in relationships prior to finding her future victim.
Mm.
Then she met this guy, Travis Alexander. She knew who she wanted to be. She wanted to be his girlfriend. Well, Travis, his history was trying to find a place he fit in. He joined the Mormons, but he was also addicted to sex. I guess not addicted to sex. He was a mid-20s dude who wanted to get his wick wet while not violating his religion.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem with Travis Alexander, he spent a lot of time stringing her along. He was yo-yoing. He would get horny. He would bring her in close, talk about, oh, we could do this and this in the future. We're going to have a great life together. And then he would fuck her in the ass. And then he'd come. And then he gets hit with that, not horny sobriety.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
that 10 seconds after.
yeah, that clarity, post ejaculate clarity, and then kick her to the curb.
Yeah.
And this happened for like a year and a half. Slow and steady. Started a blog about being a great Mormon and doing all this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Although he was murdered by her, I can't blame her for that psychoanalytical aspect of it. She is crazy.
Yeah.
She is. She was obsessive, like an OCD for a person.
Yeah.
Very stalkerish. She would actually, when he was putting her off, she would sneak to his house and crawl through the doggy door and move his shit around, like that sort of crazy. A crazy me and you've probably never dealt with.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
The closest I ever came to was a girl named Stephanie. She bought me this fucking badass iPod when I was like 16, but she was 23.
Mm-hmm.
We never even had sex, but she drove 2.5 hours to my house and she dropped off a brand new iPod Classic 120 gig. I was so fucking stoked for it. But that's the closest I got to someone being like obsessed.
Yeah.
Blowing me up. I don't know what the fuck this dude was thinking. Part of me has to think it's the religion aspect.
Yeah.
He didn't want to violate the no sex clause of religion. So they did what was called the poop hole loophole. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
All right. So a lot of anal sex. They
Yeah.
did a lot of.
Well, he must have been giving it to her right if she kept on coming back.
No, she's crazy.
Hey.
Now, in her defense, she was raised in a incredibly alcoholic and abusive childhood. So she didn't even know love.
Yeah.
Even through this. She was found guilty of murder
Mm-hmm.
of Travis Alexander. She lured him in. She met him at his house. Stabbed him 32 times. And shot him in the head.
Jeez.
And
As if killing him with a knife wasn't good enough.
She took some photos of it. Now, those are available on Google if you want to look up some of the stuff. They would sext. They would have phone sex. And when she decided she was ready to kill him, she grabbed the digital camera and took some photos. And you can actually look on Google easily the last photo of Travis Alexander alive. And when you see his eyes, you can see that's a broken man who knows some shit's about to go down. I looked it up. It's some depressing shit. It looks like a broken man.
So did he know at that time that that's what's going to happen?
It's a lot of speculation. But based on the look in his eyes, when she took that picture of him, she probably had a knife or a gun in her hands at that time. Because if you just look in his eyes, he just looks sad and he's ready to give up. What do you think? Travis Alexander, last picture alive.
That's him?
Yep, that's the one. That's a broken man right there. That's his very last photo. That was taken when he was sitting down in a bathtub with the shower running of his house. You want to know some fucked up shit about that? She stabbed him all those times and shot him in the head, and his body wasn't found for 8 days. And he had 2 male roommates. How the fuck do you die and rot for 8 days and someone not be like, oh man, it's kind of getting ripe in here? Nothing.
Well, I mean, if it was like that, I mean, it's a bachelor pad. How many times do you stay at the house? I mean, you're probably always out, and
Yeah, I mean, I guess
you're still probably bringing people back to the house too, though. You know,
it's fucking gnarly.
yeah.
I'm only on part. So if anyone watching this video is a fan of true crime podcasts, give yourself a listen to Last Podcast on the Left. I have been a Patreon member for 3 years. They have over 400 episodes. If you want to ever take a lighthearted approach to true crime podcast, that's the one. Ben Kissel, Henry Zabowski, and Marcus Parks. Follow them everywhere. I realize they don't need my money because they signed like a multi-million-dollar deal with Spotify earlier this year. But if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be a podcaster.
Yeah.
They're so fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I intend on following their lead a little bit because I want to do a creepypasta episode where we read some of our favorite creepypastas. Just give them a listen. I don't know what you do during the day when you're driving and like not doing shit. I can't listen to music all the time.
I actually, whenever I'm driving around, most of the time I don't even listen to the radio.
You're driving in silence?
Yeah.
All right, so I look forward to seeing your mugshot later in the future, you fucking sociopath. That's fucking crazy. Really?
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like during the day. I mean, when I'm out with people and everything like that, it's like there's a lot of commotion, a lot of things going on. But I feel like, and especially like when I'm on my way home.
Oh, unwind time.
Yeah, it's just.
I get then.
Yeah.
For sure. Especially when I worked at the hospital, like when shit went down while I'm seeing patients or someone's circling the drain and I can't get there and they die during my shifts. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, it hits you.
Yeah.
So I get that, but I need some lighthearted shit, some banter.
So, and you know, you want to know something else that I think is a little funny is like, so my music that I listen to, like when I'm going with my lights and sirens and everything like that, and I'm going really fast, I listen to classical music.
Do you know your favorite classical artist?
No, I don't. Because it like what it does is
it's calming.
Because I'm already amped up from the call.
You gotta bring it down.
So I gotta bring that down.
As someone who you are with the blood pressure, a resting blood pressure of 180 over 120, you probably do need.
Correct.
You need to have a headphone in at all times to drop your fucking shit.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Mozart. Mozart, if it weren't for Mozart, I probably wouldn't have passed nursing school. I used to put his concertos on Spotify.
Really?
All the time. Great composers. There's a lot of great composers. If you listen to anything from the late 1800s to 1940s, because that's when like big bands started taking over. But there's a lot of good composers out there. All right, so we did 2, and now the number 1 hottest. Oh, yeah, we got that too. The hottest woman ever accused of a murder. Amanda Foxy Knoxy Knox. American student Amanda Knox, I'll read this now to get it right, was charged after British college student Meredith Kircher was found slain in November of 2007. Ooh, 2007, 2008. That's a great time to be a hot bitch because Jodi Arias is 2008.
Same as Casey Anthony.
Oh, man. What was in the water? Was it Meredith Kircher? Her throat slashed in an Italian via she shared with Knox. Knox, her then boyfriend Rafael Solicito, and a drifter named Rudy Guede were tried as well. The victim, Meredith Kircher, was a college-age student who was studying in Italy and who allegedly refused to take part in group intercourse with Amanda Knox and the 2 Italian guys that she brought back to their apartment. Knox was acquitted in 2010, but the Italian Supreme Court judges reopened the case in 2013.
Isn't that they don't have double jeopardy in Italy, I guess, apparently.
So technically not double jeopardy because it was reopened. The same case was reopened, so double jeopardy only approves of a non-guilty verdict. She was acquitted, not found not guilty. That just meant at the time there was not enough evidence, but could be reopened at a later date.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Lawyered.
Boom.
We don't need to go over that one. It's 2 other people and they're 2 ugly bitches. Oh, wait, actually, talk for a second.
What do you want to talk about? You already put all the paper on the floor.
Man, I picked it up. Oh. I picked it up.
You might want to get that fixed.
Right? There was a really good-looking chick in here. Nope, she was from the 80s. Everybody looked good in the 80s because the hair. Ayrton, Joe. You know, this photo from Pink Villa, Jodi Arias was really good looking.
Yeah, because the other one didn't make her look that.
Right? She dyed her hair a couple times during the course of it.
Ugly
That's right.
picture. same person.
That's very true. Oh, never mind. They were all the same. The 8 and 8.
Yeah.
So there's not even 10 really hot women accused of murder. Well, we can do. Like we said, super hot chicks don't need to try to commit murder because they're already hot chicks. They'll find some dude to fuck them and do it. I mean, especially now nowadays, simping. Have you ever heard of simping?
No. What is
Man, you need to get on your.
that? I don't even know what that is.
You really need to get on that Reddit game. So, JC's not going to listen to this, but you've heard of OnlyFans.
Yeah.
All right, so, Jesus, all these papers. So, an OnlyFans is meant for really hot chicks to perform all these sex acts and show all their lady bits, right?
Yeah.
Well, during this pandemic, all of these waitresses that think they're hot shit and get hit on by these old dudes at the bar, they think they're hot shit.
Okay.
All right, so
I could see where you're going with this.
So from the start of the pandemic until, a couple months in, subscription levels rose like 450% of all these women that wanted to sell their pictures and videos and all that shit of just showing off their TNA.
Yeah.
Well, simping is an acronym. Acronym GTFO. Get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So a simp is someone high over mediocre pussy. So it's literally just some random nerdy fucker loving this mediocre girl who doesn't really have anything to offer other than some pictures of pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Which, god damn it. Oh, it's a sucker impressed by mediocre pussy. That's what it really was.
Mm-hmm.
Which if you Urban Dictionary, they're the one that knows what the fuck's going on with everything.
Yeah.
So it's sucker impressed by mediocre pussy. Anyway, you know what? Your wife already called. When's the house going to be done being built? Supposedly.
Supposedly it's the first or the latter part of December, sometime in December.
Shit.
So, yeah.
Tell JC to send me some pictures of the house because you got shit to do. You got work to do.
Well, she's been posting, or not posting, like on Snapchat and stuff of didn't she post whenever they poured the slab and...
I do have a few from her, but I was too busy simping over the chicks that give their shit away free on Snapchat.
Oh, yeah.
All right. This has been episode 30 of the On Call podcast. Mark, you got anything to... Blue Lives Matter, you got anything to say? What would you tell anybody right now?
Well, what's the old saying? Be safe and don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick. I'm going to play a few seconds of the song that I made for my son Jax. So if you ever want to do something like that, when you knock up JC, this song I own for my son.
Thanks for listening to the On Call podcast. Check us out on Twitter at OnCallPod. Interested in being a sponsor or want to be on the show? Drop us an email at oncallpod@gmail.com. For more info, go to oncallpod.com.